Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do something slightly different to what we normally do. So normally it's a travel video or a review video, but we thought we might sit down and we're just going to discuss with each other what we thought was our favourite spots, best free camps, best places we visited, some overrated places, some fuel, what we use in fuel, and some other bits and pieces. So we'll start off with probably fuel-wise, I suppose. So we sort of sat down last night and we had all our receipts, and we started off really well, and we started documenting everything in the book, but that sort of fell away probably about midway through, I reckon. So we had how much we spend, litres per litre, all that sort of stuff. So
it's hard work.
Oh, it is hard work, I suppose. We got into it, and then we sort of started relaxing because it was a bit of a holiday, I suppose, wasn't it?
Started off strong, and then it all went downhill. So, next time, when we do another trip though, I've decided that we'll have an account with all of our fuel money and a card linked to that account, and we'll just use the card all the time, and that will be linked to the fuel account, and we just don't touch that money. We just use that purely for fuel. And then we don't have to keep any receipts, because it is hard work. You'll lose receipts, or you'll just keep forgetting to document
just
everything.
Chuck it in the glove box, and I'll get that out later.
I'll get that out later. It never happens.
So don't do what we did.
No.
Open up an account.
Open up an account and do it that way, and just have a card purely for that.
So we worked out we spent roughly about $7,000 on fuel. So that was just diesel. Generator fuel, so premium unleaded, we spent probably about $150, around that sort of money. And
these aren't exact.
Yeah, these are just approximates, because as we just said, we started putting it all down, and then it was in this book here, and then we just forgot about it. And, we replaced a few gas bottles. I don't know, we worked out probably $350, I suppose.
Yeah.
For some gas. And that was probably about it, expense-wise, fuel and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So we ended up travelling 22,212 kilometres. So,
and that was starting the end of March. Was it the 27th of March, 2023 we took off?
Yeah, and then got back in September, around the start of September. So
yeah,
it was probably not 6 months, it was probably a bit over 5 months.
Yeah, end of August, start of September. We were back for Ryan's birthday.
Because the kids wanted to go back to school. Who knows why, but anyway, they wanted to go back to school. They missed their friend, which is fair enough. So
yes.
Litres wise, we got down, we did 2,387 litres, but again, we lost track of how many litres we used. So we used $7,000 worth of fuel. So roughly on average, we paid around that $2 a litre. The most we paid was $2.73, but we think we might have paid a bit more than that.
I reckon we would have paid close to $3. But anyway.
Some was ringing that it might be $2.90 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Somewhere around that sort of price. And then the cheapest we paid was actually in Perth at $1.65 a litre. So go and live in Perth, because fuel is a lot cheaper. But anyway, you got to do what you got to do. So expense-wise with the caravan, we didn't have to fix too many things. We got a set of tyres for the ute. That was in Perth. And I think it was about $600. We had to replace the little 12-volt water pump in the caravan because it shit itself and decided it wouldn't work. So that was handy. A few other little small things we did.
Yeah. The fridge, did you say the fridge?
Oh, sorry, the fridge shit itself. So it wouldn't work. We got out to we're at a free camp, and the fridge turned off, and we thought, it must have just run out of gas. So I changed the gas bottle over and turned it back on. This bloody bird. So I turned it back on, it wouldn't ignite. So I go, okay, what's going on there? So we took it we went to Karratha, I think it was.
Yes, Karratha.
We rang up the place and they put us in pretty much straight away, which is really good. I appreciate what they did.
Jeff's just had to chase some birds.
It's always something. There's either a bird, telephone rings. Anyway. So we got onto them in Karratha. They were pretty good, so we took it to them. They fixed it up. Well, they thought they fixed it. And then we went out of town to a free camp and it didn't fix it, so we had to take the van back in. And all it was a fuse that was on the gas pipe, the exhaust pipe, I suppose, the overheating there. So we overrode that. So that's something we've still got to get fixed.
Yeah, I was going to say that's something that we still need to see to and get a small part, I think.
Yeah, it's a little small part, like a $20 part or something, but they just helped us get it off on our way because it wasn't going to. We didn't want to hang around in Karratha too much longer, so we just got that done. But other than that, that's pretty much the expense-wise what sort of happened. Right, so we might just quickly, we'll just ask each other a couple of questions just to just get a bit of insight on our trip. So, Pan, what was your favourite free camp and low-cost camp?
So I think we can both agree that we really liked Bundercliffs as a great free camp. I think it was just really, I don't know, it was just surreal that we were parked up down
sitting on the Great Australian Bight.
Yeah, on the edge of the Great Australian Bight. It was just very surreal, and yeah, I think that was one of my faves. A highlight of crossing that Nullarbor and just,
Yeah, that's a bloody long way across there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's not a lot to see, really.
No. And, I mean, we read up lots of comments and everyone saying, windy and, but we were very fortunate enough to get a really good spot.
Literally right on the edge, but just tucked behind a sand dune, so it sort of kept us out of the wind, which is...
Yeah, I can't remember what campground it was now.
Campground number 1, or I'm pretty sure it was campground number 1.
Yeah. Sure. Anyway, that would probably be one of my faves.
That was nice, but it'd be better if you didn't have kids, because half the time you're worried about the kids.
Oh, yes.
Near the edge. So if you don't have kids, you're a winner.
Yes, that was a bit of a scare, wasn't it?
Yeah,
But they were pretty good.
Yeah, they're old enough to know better, so...
Yeah, they were good.
No, I reckon my favourite one would have been Ewell River.
Yes.
Yeah, so we started at Ewell River. We were only going to do 2 nights there, and then we...
That was just south of Port Hedland, wasn't it?
Yeah, so South Hedland was probably about a 40-minute drive, so we ended up staying an extra night there, so I just ducked into town and filled up on some water, grabbed some milk and bread, and then we ended up staying a night. So you could easily stay there a week. It's on it's on someone's property, so...
I think it is, yeah.
Make sure you take all your crap with you, don't leave any laying around. You can have little fires there. There was a heap of people down the back, so if you're going to stay there longer, you could probably go a bit further off the road. We were reasonably close to the road, but I didn't really hear any road noise at night time, so...
There was cattle roaming around, the river was all dried up, but we felt really safe there, and we had a really great spot, so yeah. And as you said, it was just a short drive to empty the toilet capsule, or fill up some water.
That was really good, that spot. I definitely go back there again.
Yeah.
So we might go on to what was your favourite spot of the trip?
Well, my favourite spot would probably be, I really enjoyed Exmouth. And Exmouth because we had the Ningaloo Reef right at our doorstep. And we have 2 very adventurous boys. And yeah, they love their swimming, they love their outdoors, so we're able to go snorkeling every day, and yeah, it was just beautiful. You couldn't get them out of the water. They got to see all the marine wildlife. It was just lovely. So Exmouth. And it was just a nice town in general, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's plenty to do there, and if you're into your snorkeling and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff, if you're into going and checking out whale sharks, that was quite expensive, but
Yeah, we didn't do that.
each
but
to their own, I guess. Like, we decided not to do it.
one day we might do it, but you know, it was good enough just to go out to the Ningaloo Reef, and it was nothing. And the kids had an absolute ball.
Yeah.
And we all did. Yeah.
So we stayed 4 nights there at the caravan park in town, but I reckon we probably could have stayed longer, and we probably should have stayed longer, really.
Yeah. There's plenty of free camps around.
There's a few. There's not
Ningaloo.
a lot.
Yeah.
But you've got to book in advance, like in advance.
You do.
Like all those spots out there.
Probably 6 to 12 months in advance, and
Yeah, that was our own fault. We knew that. We didn't want to. We just winged it. We didn't want to be booked in anywhere and had to be in certain places at certain times. So that was our own fault. That we were just quite happy to drive out every day.
yep.
But as I said, we could have stayed a bit longer. I think 4 nights was probably pushing it a little bit, and we probably should have stayed. I don't know, probably 10 nights, I suppose. Even 2 weeks there, like set up for 2 weeks and just had a really good look around.
Yeah. So I enjoyed Exmouth, as well as I really enjoyed Karajini as well. I liked exploring all the gorges and doing all the walks, and I didn't get to do any swimming because the time we were there the weather wasn't all that great, but it didn't stop the 2 boys and Jeffrey.
Yeah, no, I reckon Karajini was probably my favourite. Exmouth was nice as well. We stayed
And Calbarry was
Calbarry was
nice too. Yeah.
Karajini. I think we stayed 5 nights there.
Yeah.
Again, probably should have stayed 2 weeks because we were sort of on the go every day, doing all the gorges. There is some free camps out towards Karajini.
Yeah.
But we didn't really know too much about them until we sort of drove past and went, oh, there's caravans camped in there. And then you get on Wiki Camps and it's actually a camp spot. So if you're going out that way, you can free camp closer to Karajini, but it was sort of a last minute decision to go to Karajini because we couldn't get into Dale's campground because it was all booked out.
And I think at the time too, we were umming and ahhing, the weather wasn't all that great, and we thought if we just went to a caravan park, that would be our best option in case it did rain or, we had that power water hook up, and, we weren't going to get flooded in or bogged or, And I'm glad we did do that option because there was road closures leading up to us getting there.
Yeah, it rained. They had a couple of big downpours the day before and then a couple of days beforehand, I think. So
yeah,
there was a couple of gorges that were closed when we first got there. So
I'm glad we actually made the decision to stay where we did. And who knows, next time when we go there, we'll probably free camp.
Yeah, definitely going back there, and I'm going to stay at least 2 weeks. So there's a gorge day, and then there's a day off, and then it's a couple of days here and there, just have a bit of a sticky beak around the place. So what was your most overrated place, you reckon?
I don't know. I probably, people are going to be probably like, really? What? You didn't think it was great? But I don't know. Shark Bay, like, where did we stay? We stayed at the service station.
Yeah, so we stayed at the Roadhouse. So it's on the T section that heads out towards Shark Bay, out that way. We just thought it was... We couldn't get accommodation out there because it was all booked out.
Yeah.
Again, we didn't book in advance, and again, we didn't want to worry about being in places for a certain time, so we just camped at the Roadhouse there and drove out.
Yeah, and I think we just did a day trip. We drove out there and we checked out all the sites, and I don't know, people talk Monkey Mia up. Is it Monkey Mia? Monkey Mia?
Monkey Mia, something like that anyway.
I don't know, a lot of people talked it up and said, how amazing it is, but I don't know, I couldn't justify staying out there for the price, and you get your dolphin fix and all of that. I don't know. We got our dolphin fix when we called in at Whyalla.
Yeah, we were literally right there.
Yeah. All you have to do is literally wait for the fishermen to come in on their boat, and they'll follow the boat into the jetty. And
we couldn't justify going out there and paying money to go into the national park just to feed dolphins again. Like,
I don't know, was it Denman?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it was lovely. We seen the emus walking along the beach, and I don't know. It was lovely. Like the
Shell Beach on the way out.
Shelley Beach.
That was nice.
It was an eye opener.
Pretty cool.
It was crazy just seeing all these shells.
It would have been better if it was a little bit warmer. It was, for some reason, at that time of year in that area, it was a little bit cooler than what it usually is. So
yeah,
we lucked out there. Otherwise, we probably would have done a lot more swimming, I reckon. We sort of didn't get swimming until a bit further past there. But,
I don't know. I just thought, all the hype, and I didn't really think much of it.
Yeah, I thought I was probably the same. I reckon. It wasn't anything else I can think of that was overrated. That everyone sort of pumps up on YouTube and says it's the best thing.
Yeah.
What's on for us in 2024, Pen?
Well, not much. We do have a trip, just a small trip in September.
That's up to Casino.
Casino, yeah.
So obviously our caravan's an Option RV, so we're going up to the Option RV owners group catch up. So the manufacturer from Melbourne, they all come up and we all have a bit of a party. It's like a 4-day party weekend, I suppose. Well, not a party, I suppose, it's more of a catch up with entertainment there for us all. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, they usually put on a pretty good show.
Yeah, no, really good group of people. Yeah.
We haven't been to one since we first brought the van. So back in, I think, was it 2017?
Yeah, because Declan was only about 3 months old. So.
Yeah.
And that was at Evans Head, and it would just rain, and it was just crappy weather, and like having a newborn.
Yeah.
We were just pretty much confined inside.
Yeah. So we've only sort of really got that trip booked for now.
We'll do weekends away.
Yeah.
So we're still going to be going away, so don't think we just throwing the towel in and parking the van up and that's the end of that.
Yeah, so there'll be lots of trips in the school holidays, obviously, when the kids have a break. And
I might take them away
and long weekends,
and you can stay at home.
Yeah. I get to stay at home and keep working, and they can just go tripping around. I get a break. He gets a break. He gets to love what he does. And
take the camera and we can do... I just want to slow it up a bit, I reckon, and try and go somewhere where we can fish.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I felt we didn't do enough of when we were on the road travelling for 6 months. I just felt like we didn't do enough fishing. And I really like fishing. Not that I'm good at it, but I love to just sit there and relax and throw a line in. And Ryan's the same. He loves a good fish. And
we're always busy, I suppose. Always doing something, so I don't know.
Everywhere we went, there was something to do or look at, or we just wanted downtime, didn't we?
A bit of downtime, so we chose just to chill out in the van on the downtime and do a bit of everything else.
So that's 2024.
What else is there on 25th? So just going away for a few trips here and there, and
just weekend trips, school holiday trips, and a trip in Casino. I do have one little getaway planned, but it's a surprise for someone's big 40 birthday, but he doesn't know about it.
I sort of do now.
He does. Okay, well, he does now, but I mean, he doesn't know details of what's going on.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, very exciting. Looking forward to that now. So I don't want time to hurry up, but hurry up, July.
Hopefully it all goes to plan. Let's see if I can pull it off.
Yeah, you'll be right. You'll pull it off.
Yeah.
So you've probably seen on our socials, if you haven't checked on our socials, that the Colorado's been sold. So It's gone. It was a bit sad to see it drive out the driveway. We sort of didn't get any. I didn't get any footage of it going down the driveway. It sort of just happened like that, I suppose. The bloke come over, and I just assumed he was coming over just to have a bit of a look at it, and then he was going to come back and get it at a later date. But he come over and took it for a drive, and
he was very, very happy.
He was very, very happy with it. He said it looked better than the photos, so he pretty much just gave us an offer, and we took it, and he pretty much paid for it straight away, and it was gone within half an hour. So we had to run around and try and find rego papers and fill out bits and pieces. And
it's a very sad day.
It was a sad day. It was a good bloody youth day. It took us everywhere. Like
we've done a lot of miles.
We've been around Western Australia. I think we brought it when it had about 30,000 Ks on it, second hand.
Yeah.
And we sold it at 155,000 Ks on it. So, and the only time it played up on us was the fuel pump inside the tank. We were heading across to Gundagai one day, and it just stopped out the road. So I'm glad it happened just out the road, and we got a lift back into town with the folks instead of in the middle of nowhere. Otherwise, we would have been up the creek without a paddle. So
yeah, so we're very lucky. Within the whole time that we've been travelling on the road, we have not had anything major happen to us.
No. Regular size to service, it was every 15,000 Ks for the oil, but I used to do it every 7,500 Ks. Nice fresh oil, and I reckon it just, I don't know, keeps the engine cleaner, I suppose, and it seems to run a bit better. That's just what I think. It's probably not right, but it's just how I'm gonna run with it.
It's all in your head.
It's all in my head. It's like a placebo. But we do have a new car, so the new car has arrived. It took a while to get here, but it got here. So I feel as though it's a lot more luxurious than what we had.
Yes, it happened at the right time. It just popped up, and we seen it, and we're like, "Yep, we got to jump on that."
Yeah, so we jumped on it and pushed the budget a little bit, but we'll make do with what we got. So still learning how to use it. Still got to set it up. Still got to do other bits and pieces. So there'll be a video coming up on that. Probably be after this video, a video or two after this video. So keep an eye out for that. We're pretty excited. I'm tickle pink about it.
I still can't get over it, the fact that we actually have it, but anyway.
Every time you walk past the shed and you open up the door and go, oh yeah, it's still in there. It's not it's definitely not a dream, so it's there.
We started off at the Povo and worked our way up to, yeah,
so much more room
crazy
in this thing and so much more power. So
yeah, unbelievable.
Really looking forward to setting it up and travelling with it, I suppose. Really looking forward to doing that.
Yep.
So on our travels, was there anywhere that ticked all your boxes and you'd reckon you'd move there, like you'd move there tomorrow if you could?
Yeah, nothing really stood out. Like everywhere was beautiful, like everywhere had its pros and cons, but yeah, I don't think anything ticked all the boxes like I'd move there tomorrow. Like yeah, I mean, I'm not the coastal beachy person.
Yeah, I think we'd rather go out in the scrub than be at the beach. Like a beach to us is like a beach. Like it's the same beach that was 2.5 hours ago. Like it's the same beach down the road. I don't know. Personally, I'd rather go out in the bush and free camp along the river, and you got a lot more room. It's a bit more quieter. But
don't get me wrong. There was lots of beautiful little places that we stopped at and drove
nice
through. This is lovely, yep. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would move anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, no. I'm happy where I am. What about you? Would you move anywhere, or did you think anything was wonderfully wonderful? Wonderfully wonderful.
Wonderfully wonderful. No, not really. Not. As Penn said, there was a few nice spots we visited and stopped at. We probably could have stayed longer in some of them, but nothing that really stands out. The only place that's really stood out, and this wasn't on this trip, for me was Winton up in Queensland. We were up there a couple of years ago. I thought that was quite nice. We camped at the back of the pub up there, so I definitely want to go back up there and explore that area again. But as of Western Australia, South Australia, not really. Most of the towns along the Eyre Peninsula, they were nice, but they were all just cookie cutter, weren't they? They're all the same. Like it was.
Yeah, once you've seen one beach, you know.
And one jetty, and you go to the next town that's got a beach and a jetty, nearly exactly the same. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing much in over there, but yeah, Winton definitely in Queensland. I'd like to explore one day.
You always bring up Winton, don't you?
I do.
I don't know. It was a nice little country town. Like had a nice feel to it, and the main street was everyone was all welcoming. And
I thought it was very, very nice.
Yeah.
Righto, so that's the end of our little discussion, I suppose. I don't think we've probably missed a lot of stuff that you probably want to know. So if we have missed something, we probably missed a lot of stuff.
We're just winging it. We're
just winging it. We're just trying to keep it simple, trying to keep it real.
We're not very professional.
No, there's no faking, so it's just all,
this is us.
Yeah, we're pretty loose half the time. Got wild kids, so if you can relate to us, you know what we mean. But
was there anything did you have any regrets, or was there anything that you would change that we didn't do or we missed or in our trip?
No, I don't have any regrets. The only real regret is I'd like to do it a bit longer. I think we had a 6-month window, so we sort of had to keep moving around all the time. So we'd have 2 or 3 days here, a few days there, and we're sort of on the move all the time. So definitely, if I did it again,
I suppose, yeah. What I meant to say, actually, we'll start again. If you had your time again, was there anything that you would change about the trip? Like, would you plan certain things, or would you just wing it, or just slow it down, or do, I suppose that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, I'd definitely do it longer, and no, I wouldn't book anything. I'd just wing it, because you don't want to be booked up. I've got to be in such and such place in a couple of days. You get to somewhere really, really nice and you get a really good spot. You don't want to leave it. You want to stay there and enjoy the place. You don't have to leave after 2 days and then go, oh, geez, I wish I'd have stayed at that other place a bit longer.
Yeah.
But I know that's about all Right, so that's probably the end of our little chat. We don't normally do these sort of chats, so we've probably missed a lot of information that you might want to know. Actually, I'm probably sure we did miss a lot of stuff, but we're pretty easygoing. We're pretty random. There's no fake here. We'll call it as we see it, because we want to get the best information out there for you to indulge in, I suppose.
Yes, we're definitely not perfect.
Definitely not perfect. So if you got any questions, hit us up in the comments below in the video. If you don't want to put them there and you'd like to send us a message, just message us on our Facebook page. And we'll get back to you when we can. But hopefully you enjoyed the episode, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.